What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wreck Nation. Listen, right now we are checking out SAS operator smoked these Nairobi insurgents. I'm here for it. You guys, one of the comments was like, Obi-Wan Nairobi. And I'm like, I gotta check this out. This has to be legendary. We've checked out a video from this channel before, Popo Medic. I've subscribed, obviously, but he did the Army Rangers smoked some Crips, okay, in 1989. So we're gonna check this out. I can't wait. I don't know what I'm in for, but listen, guys, we're back. I'm back from this middle holiday, so expect more within a week. We're going to try to get to all the comments. We're going to try to. That's the hope and dream, right? I think of every channel, and I'm letting you guys know that you all are legends, honestly, for rocking with me and this channel. We're building an awesome community slowly here, and that's what we want, you know. And it's just funny, we hit these milestones right as I was about to enter the busiest couple months of the year, which is being a parent / camp counselor for my son. So yeah, the schedule is absolutely crazy. We're going to figure it out together. You know, sorry, I do apologize for the sporadic uploads. Absolutely crazy. I've been trying to catch up. Anyway, not the smallest violin. Let's get into this. Ready? Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Tuesday, January 15th, 2019.
A
British
recent.
SAS operator on a mission to train local Kenyan defense forces quickly found himself in the middle of a 2-day siege at the luxury Duset D2 complex in Nairobi. The five gunmen unleashed fury as hundreds of innocent civilians ran for their lives. But not before the solo operator grabbed his weapon and his kit and stormed in, self-initiating an off-duty rescue mission. And after a 19-hour game of cat and mouse, the lone operator saved hundreds of lives and took the lives of the enemy.
What? So he was just like, this is my show now. I am the star. I am the captain. Man, come on. The Nairobi Duset D2 complex attack. I didn't know what this is, guys. I don't know what this is. So I'm ready to learn. Let's go.
In 2019 alone, there were over 6 terrorist attacks in Kenya. And over the last several decades, terrorism in Kenya has run rampant throughout, from the 1975 Nairobi bombing to the 2013 Westgate Mall incident. And since its creation in 1895, East Africa has been at the nexus of several political disputes that revolve around the political conflicts of the Middle East, as Kenya has remained an ally of Western governments and is host to several sensitive Western interests, including US and British military bases. And with poverty, weak borders, corrupt or incompetent police, and the rapid rise of extremist groups, Kenya and other African nations have quickly become hotbeds and easy targets for global terrorists. And the Kenyan army has yet to contain the influx of terrorism moving in from Somalia.
There's no stopping it.
And sadly, too many Kenyan soldiers have died trying. At the forefront of Kenya's counterterrorism efforts are the Kenyan Defense Forces' well-armed and well-trained Special Operations Forces. The Kenyan Special Operations Regiment, the 30th Special Forces Battalion, and the 40th Ranger Strike Force, who have all received their training from both U.S. and British Military Special Operations Command, such as the U.S. Army's highly capable Green Berets and the United Kingdom's ultra-secretive Special Air Service.
Awesome, man.
And in January of 2019, An SAS team was sent out to do just that. Amongst the SAS team was a team member by the name of Christian Craighead, a seasoned operator who first joined the British Army at 16 years old in 1992. He began his career as a junior paratrooper before coming of age and moving onward to the paratrooper regiment, which for comparison to the United States, a British paratrooper is the same thing as an Army Ranger. After serving 3 years as a paratrooper, Craighead then joined the Pathfinders, which again, for U.S. comparison, it's like MARSOC. He deployed with the Pathfinders to Iraq during the 2003 invasion of Iraq, where he led reconnaissance missions. And around 9 years later, he attended and completed the SAS's notorious 6-month-long selection program and joined the SAS regiment.
Nice, man.
And in true SAS fashion, the rest of his history is lost and remains untold, as the ethics of the Special Air Service are true to form of the phrase, the quiet professionals. But the SAS's legendary exploits over the years have often superseded their efforts of secrecy.
The end came with an assault on the building by the Army's Special Air Services Regiment, the SAS.
And at the tip of their spear lies the 22nd SAS Regiment, the Special Air Service's Tier 1 unit, of which Craighead belonged. And when his seemingly peaceful training mission in Kenya took an unpredictable turn, Craighead delivered the gunman an unpredictable turn of his own. And on the afternoon of January 19th, at approximately 3 p.m., at the 5-star Duset D2 hotel complex, as guests were having lunch and shopping around, 5 Kenyan nationals of non-Somali descent were moments away from executing a calculated attack. Wow. The terrorist cell had traveled to the complex from their home base located in Somalia. Armed with AK-47s, hand grenades, and an IED, the men staged outside of the complex. The 14 Riverside complex in its entirety is one of East Africa's largest and more upscale developments.
Sorry, guys. I'm pausing just because I gotta pause at least once, but this is like riveting. What? I did not know about this at all. And I love, you know what? Maybe I'll save this commentary for another. I like that the SAS is still shrouded in secrecy, whereas over here our I would say our special forces branches are like just public. There's a lot of information on them, and that's unfortunate over here. Like I'm just saying, I'm envious of that. That's pretty, that you guys can remain tight-lipped on the shit that needs to be tight-lipped, you know?
Outside of the complex. The 14 Riverside complex in its entirety is one of East Africa's largest and more upscale developments, consisting of banks, restaurants, executive offices, and the hotel itself. A stage with stark contrast to the barbaric attack that was soon to unfold. At approximately 3:30 p.m., one of the insurgents breaks off on his own and enters the complex, where he locates and fronts the outdoor patio of the lively lunchtime rush of the Secret Garden restaurant, shouting aloud in Swahili before committing to the first phase of the attack and blowing himself up.
Wow.
Once the explosion was heard, the 4 men began their assault, where they engaged 2 Kenyan police officers guarding the gate. The men then threw hand grenades at 3 unattended parked cars, setting phase 2 of the attack into motion. 2 explosions to create panic and confusion. The 4 men then entered the complex and split up into 2 groups as they made their way to the first office block and began shooting and throwing grenades inside. And at this point, everyone is trying to escape and call for help by any means necessary.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy.
Members of private security forces and armed individuals, along with some off-duty police officers, were some of the first to respond. At which time, an unknown person present at the complex picked up his phone and called his friend, Christian Craighead. He answered the phone and could hear the sound of gunfire coming from the background. The man requested for Craighead's assistance at the complex. He grabbed his gear and jumped in his truck, dodging in and out of traffic and arriving on scene only moments later. He had little to no intel on what was specifically taking place, but the sound of automatic gunfire was evident. Wearing a balaclava, body armor, and freaking Armani jeans. This dude's 007. And he's also got a Black Rifle Coffee Black Beard patch. Craighead armed himself with a Glock 17, a combat knife, and a suppressed Mako C8 carbine rifle. And without orders, relying only on his elite training and battle-proven instincts, the SAS operator went rogue and mobilized himself. And just like that, Obi-Wan Nairobi was born.
It's nuts. Yo, this is like, it's giving me chills. You know, it's like few and far between where these like special operators can go. Like I hate when I say like rogue. It's like they've gone bad. Like no, it's kind of like my own mental hiccup. Like when I hear rogue, like they're doing not good stuff. No, this is the case where it's like he's not being handled. You know what I mean? He is not being told what to do. There's no orders. There's no extraction plan, right? This is not the full force of a, let's say, of a military act where they have backups, the extractions, all that. You're just going in blindly. There is no escape. There is no failure in his mind. But at the same time, knowing that, okay, I am my own contingency plan. Like, that's it. So I love this, man. This is absolutely top tier right here.
Craighead could be seen escorting dozens of civilians out of the complex, and even carrying out the wounded. And with each pull, he turned around and went right back in and did it again. The locals were in awe of a masked foreigner who appeared to be single-handedly taking control of the situation wherever he could. It wasn't long until reinforcements showed up. As police and other Kenyan forces responded to the scene, Kenyan soldiers and police established a perimeter around the complex. Craighead embedded with a group of the soldiers and moved through the complex to continue rescuing employees and guests who were still pinned down within. And footage from the event even shows him leaving those forces behind and taking matters into his own hands to directly engage the enemy. And while clearing buildings and sweeping the courtyards, Craighead located the terrorists and swiftly engaged the enemy, single-handedly killing 2 of them.
Wow.
Gunfire altogether had ceased, and authorities and Craighead alike began to clear the rest of the complex, as the actual number of attackers was unknown at this time. He assisted with coordinating logistics with local Kenyan authorities, went room to room searching for remaining attackers, and provided remaining civilians with a safe escort to the outside perimeter of the complex. While it had been thought that the threat had been neutralized, after a few hours, gunfire and explosions were again heard in the early hours on January 16th. As Kenyan police located the remaining 2 gunmen in a hotel room, and after engaging the men, the Kenyan police apprehended the wounded suspects. And by 11:48 p.m., the Kenyan government announced that the 14 Riverside complex had officially been secured.
Wow. That dude, main character right there. Nuts, dude.
20 Kenyan citizens, an American and a British South African man, died during the attack. The terror group Al-Shabaab issued a statement claiming the attack was coordinated with the assistance of Al-Qaeda as retaliation for the relocation of the U.S. Embassy in Israel. Christian Craighead was awarded a conspicuous gallantry cross for ending the 19-hour siege, which is the second highest honor in the United Kingdom.
Wow,
His
man.
heroic actions saved hundreds of lives, and he retired from the SAS in 2020. He wrote a book about the event titled One Man In that is currently pending approval from the Ministry of Defense.
Wow, man.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video,
Is there anything else? Is this just a call to action? Because I've already actioned on this channel. So, hold on.
Ministry of Defense. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.
That's awesome, man. What is that? Green Beret shootout, ambush, Tonga. That is dope, man. Guys, that was phenomenal. Now I feel like I need to know more. You know, I just wish, like, I don't wish that, like, we needed this kind of response. Like, I would, you know, obviously in a perfect world that we don't live in, none of us claim to live in. You know, I'm so glad that there are special operators out there amongst us that have the talent and the skill and the training to rapidly overcome obstacles like this. You know, let me know if there's any more of these individual stories. I will put this in a playlist of individuals, the legends of battle. I put them all there, like the individual stories. You know, not necessarily like the war stories, but the individualistic ones. I place in those on that playlist. That's where you can find those videos. But anyway, guys, this was absolutely nuts. Thank you for commenting this. Obi-Wan Nairobi. That is a legendary name for sure. So let me know what else is next, guys. There's a mountain of comments I have to get to and I have to read and react to. So thank you. Thank you, guys. We're building this channel together, little at a time. You guys are all legends. Make sure you unplug and do something legendary. And I will see you all in the next video. Later, guys.